Hello, welcome back to another video. It is no longer the first video on my YouTube channel, but it is the second. Today, we're going to be ranking some Wings albums. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty good band in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to get straight into the ranking. We don't want to make this too long, don't we? Do we? Yeah, no, so let's do it. Alright, Wildlife is the first album by Wings, which is Paul McCartney's band after the Beatles, and in my opinion, better than the Beatles. Yeah, it's very controversial. I don't really care, it's better. It's a fact, dude. So if you haven't, go give them a listen. It's worth it. If you like the Beatles, then you're gonna like this. But anyway, Wings is very good. I very like Wings. Wildlife. It's very good. First of all, one thing I will say is that it's very short. It's only technically about 8 songs long. 10 if you count the mumbo and bebop links, which I don't, because they don't really do anything. They're like 20-second long instrumental tracks. Anyway, I think this album is very good. But I will say, it would be near the bottom of the list, maybe even the bottom, because, once again, it's only 8 songs. Actually, the songs are all good. It's just that it's just only 8 of them, and it's very, most people don't like bebop, but I hard bebop. Mumbo, great. Wildlife, very nice. Aminals, he says Aminals, that's cool. I Love is Strange is awesome, and then I realized it was a cover, and then I didn't like it as much, but it's still up there, very good. Dear Friend, very good. I am your singer, it's good too. And then Tomorrow is, I don't really remember that one. But, yeah, it's probably gonna end up at the bottom of the list, because there's not much to discover on here, and for a debut album, I think Paul McCartney could have done a little bit better. He already had Yesterday and Blackbird under his belt, and then he made Bebop. But, you can't be mad at him. You can't stay mad at Paul. I mean, you could if he, said the N-word or something, but, he wouldn't do that. So, yeah. Overall, I think this is a very delectable, spicy album, full of delectable and spicy songs, and it's just not as good as the rest of them because it's very short. So right now, on the rankings, Wildlife has to be number 1 out of 7. So, good job, Wildlife. First place, that's probably a first ever. Good job, you did good, I think. Alright, Red Rose Speedway. Great album. Just gonna admit it, great album. And, don't want to spoil anything. Actually, I'm gonna spoil it. It's a lot better than Wings Wildlife. Wings Wildlife. Yes, it's a lot better than that hunk of junk that people would call an album. Just kidding, great album. But Red Rose Speedway is overall better, because it is better than Wings Wildlife. But, some great songs on there. Big Barn Bed. My Love used to be my favorite song, of all time. Get on the Right Thing. One More Kiss, dude. You can't even be mad at this album. It's very underrated. And there are some bloopers in there. Like freaking Loop First Indian on the Moon. Like what is that? Why'd they have that song, huh? Huh? Answer me. Riddle me this, Batman. But other than that, and maybe Little Lamb Dragonfly, I don't even remember what it sounds like, dude. It might be bad, might be my favorite song. Couldn't tell you. But the medley, this is what I've been saving it for. The medley, this is just masterpiece. 11 minutes long, doesn't feel like it. Feels like 6 at the highest. All the songs in the medley are just delectable. Awesome songs. I could listen to it all day. And I wouldn't be mad. Also, don't even get me started on the archive collection of this darn thing. Are you kidding me? Sea Moon, hi. Just popping off the list. I can't even talk about it. On the rankings, definitely going above Wildlife. That's all I have to say. Don't even get me started on the archive collection. If it was, it'd be number 1, dude. No questions asked. Alright, Band on the Run. I know if I say anything slightly bad about this album, I will be ridiculed and deleted off Twitter because this is highly regarded as Wings' best album. And it is good. It's not the best. That's all I'm gonna say before I get ultimately murdered by a gang of villagers from Minecraft with pitchforks. I'm just saying there are better Wings albums. And hint, there's plural in what I just said there. But don't be mad at me just yet. I haven't gone past the 3rd album. So basically, the first 2 albums were kind of blunders. They do have some good songs, but they're at the bottom. But you see, yeah, that's all I can really think of right now. Let's get to the songs. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great songs on here, like Band on the Run itself, Jet, Miss Vanderbilt, No Words, Let Me Roll It, Picasso's Last Words, 1985, Helen Wheels should be on the album because would be like the best song. I'm sorry, it's awesome. But there's one song on here called Bluebird that might just be the reason why this album's not going to end at the top 3. Another reason could be the fact that I listened to the album like 7 times on repeat after I first listened to it, but this album is the main culprit of repetitiveness. Other than that, though, this album's great, and this backstory behind it is crazy. Half the band left, and then they went to Africa, and the conditions were African conditions. So, even more of the band left, and then it was, Paul, Linda, and Denny, and then, they just recorded the album there. And everyone was expecting this album to absolutely suck rear end, because Wings, Wildlife, and Railroad Speedway were not good. According to the critics, at least. I think those albums are pretty good, but, it's not my opinion. I wasn't born in 1965, and I can't review the albums. And not to mention McCartney 1 and Ram were flops at the time, so that probably didn't help how they wanted it to fail. And then, of course, it released, and everyone was like, wow, this is the best thing that ever came out on record. We're fools. We should have listened to this earlier. Also, it's number 1 because the other ones are not as good, obviously. Hip hip hooray, Venus and Mars. I quite enjoy this album because there's not a single bad song on it. Unlike Band on the Run. Talking to you, Bluebird, yeah. But Venus and Mars has no bad songs. It's just bam, awesome songs. Alright, for the songs, Rock Show itself, Venus and Mars itself, Rock Show, Love and Song, Herb. You gave me the answer, Magneto and Titanium Man is my favorite one on the album. Happy birthday, Magna Titanium, man. Letting Go is Dosa. Venus and Mars Part 2. Space of Ancient Egypt, Medicine Joe. Listen to what the band said. Call Me Back Again, and Treat Her Gently. Alright. So, I think I did pretty good on that track list. Like and subscribe if I got the whole track list correct. Yeah. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Now! Overall, this Venus and Mars album is very awesome and is going in first place above Band on the Run because Band on the Run is Bluebird. I don't like Bluebird or Blue or the